Hello everyone and welcome back to Stronghold Definitive Edition here with a new campaign. This time the Anvil. We're taking a disused fort and we've got to hold it from retreating rat troops. And we're going to have to work quickly as we always do. We're going to put our granary down just over here near our starting castle, and I want to get some food production up straight away as I don't have any from what I saw. Yes, so I've got three woodcutters' huts and 2 food huts, but the food huts I've had to put up myself. They're going to be coming from down here, so we're going to need to find a way to block off this path here, and it's just about amassing enough archers really to get things moving. But right now there's not much we can do. We will want to get stone production up as soon as possible, because stone production takes a while to actually accumulate enough stone for them to send it over to the stockpile. So something we need to be kind of wary of. We've only got so much food as well. Only 38 units of food, so really not much to work with in the slightest. I'm just going to turn down the sound options of some of the sound effects, because sometimes they can get a little bit loud. So there we go. Let's carry on. Got a travelling merchant here, so we can buy things in an emergency. But I don't want to do that just yet. You know, I can't buy weapons yet until I've got the relevant building for that, but I can buy stone in an emergency should I need it. Hopefully I won't. First of all, I'd like to get a bit more wood in production, because we've got enough food for now. We can always buy some, even though that wouldn't be the best use of money. We've got 14 months of food for now. As soon as we get the food production started, then we can start working on weapons, but we've got to get our basics up first, our wood and our food. Wood stocks are indeed too low, and because the signposts are quite close to the here, I'm not sure how far we're going to be able to build. We may not be able to build as far forward as I would like. Let's see if I can actually work this out. So I can build a barracks there. That's going to be as far as I can build just here. Okay. So we'll bear that in mind going forward. And we can also get ourselves spearmen as well, to get spears or pikes. But I'm not entirely sure that's our best course of action. We've got a bit more wood coming in now, so let's get another few woodcutters down in the forest. We'll do that, and then we'll get... we're going to start getting some dairy production down, because dairy will be a lot better than the meat production, I would say. And we're going to have to kind of squeeze it in a little bit. There's not much space to work with. I'm actually going to delete that woodcutter's hut, so I'm going to try this again. If we go here and here, I might be able to slip them in a little bit better, but I'm going to need to wait for a bit more wood. But we'll at least we'll start getting some dairy farms in production, because they do require a little while for the cows to grow up before they're ready to make cheese. So for now we're going to have to rely on our starting apples and any meats that we get. We can grow apples, but it has to be down on the valley floor, not in these hilly bits up here. And down here it's currently very susceptible to attack. So for the time being we're just going to have to rely on cheese and on meat until we can get our apple stock started later on in the mission. And I do want to get a quarry started as soon as possible, because we really will need one. We need a lot of stone. And to kind of, I'm going to probably do an initial wall here, and then another wall further down. So I've got kind of a 2-centre defence, and then maybe a couple of towers and other places as well. I also want to get my production of bows started, because the Fletcher has a limp and he walks really slowly. So it's good to get that started as soon as possible as well, but I think stone is actually more of a priority than the Fletcher is, just for the time being. As soon as I got this started, we've got a quarry down, and we'll get an ox tether down as well. Although we don't need the ox tether down now, I'd rather get it started. I'd rather put the ox tether down now before I forget. We'll get another hovel down. That can increase our population size. Wonderful. And we will... I'd also have to get a chapel down, because we're soon going to have to start taxing people. And so, oh, they've started their advance.
Hold on to your helmets.
Okay, they're on their way. I'd like to get a chapel down, because that will really help us with popularity going forward, and we are going to need to start taxing people. In fact, we're going to start taxing people now, which is going to make us a little bit less popular. Thankfully, we're getting a little bit of popularity from having multiple food sources, but we've only got 4 months' supply of that, so we need to be a little bit careful. So I'm going to get the rest of my cheese production up and running. The first attack from the rat should not be all too bad. We'll have to see. They are just coming in now, it seems like. Okay, we need a bit more wood. How's the first attack from... Okay, it's just a few archers. It's just 5 archers. That's okay, I'm sure we can manage that one. I need to focus on my food. We're down to not much food in the slightest. Since we've been wood in, that'd be good. The problem is, dairy farms are good, but they take a while to get started, and so you're very reliant on other stuff. We're going to have to probably go half rations. That'll buy us 5 months. Not going to be very popular though, that's for sure. Henry stocks are growing, we'll just wait for that auto repair. Let's get all our archers firing. Oh, there are some spearmen as well, okay. Okay, we weren't ready for our first... We weren't really ready for the first attack in terms of walls. Hopefully we'll be able to get them up in future. The spearmen I'm not too worried about, I'd rather deal with the archers. As soon as the archer's dealt with, we can start targeting the spearmen. Spearmen are not too deadly, and if they do get to the castle, the Lord should be able to take care of them to some extent. They might kill a few villagers here and there, but I don't think that should be a problem. The Lord is under attack, but I don't think it should be a huge issue. And thankfully the lumberjack here will be able to do some good work as well. Wonderful. Okay, let's keep getting our food production down. Not enough workers available. That's fine. We can get ourselves another hovel. We're going to need one anyway. Next, I want to get my Fletcher down. And my Fletcher is going to go very close to the stockpile because he needs to. Because he struggles a bit in terms of getting to and from his place of work. Because he's got a limp. You see, he's a little bit slow. We also need to get ourselves an armory down. Otherwise we're going to have nowhere to store the weapons. And that is also going to go pretty much next to our granary actually. So we've got our food storage, our weapon storage, and I'm also going to preemptively... I don't know if we're going to need an extra stockpile, but we'll get 2 extra stockpiles, purely in case we need them. How's our quarry doing? I think we could probably do the second quarry. And we'll get a second ox tether to deal with that. Just so I don't have to spend money on buying stone from the market. I think that's a good option. Granary stocks are growing, we don't need to be on half rations any longer, that's okay. Normal rations.
Our gold stocks grow steadily.
Gold stocks grow steadily, absolutely.
The people hold you in
so we're kind of counterbalancing each other out. I would like to get religion down. I'd rather not do ale, because when people get drunk they don't tend to work, and so that's not a great option, I would say. Okay, we're going to get our first delivery of stone here. Let's turn the camera around. We don't need this stone here. I think that will allow us to have a little bit more stone for other purposes. Now I need to work out where we can build a safe wall. That should do the job. We will need to build a gatehouse for people, otherwise the hunters coming back with food are not going to be able to get through the door. So let's go to the market. We will buy 10 stone, which I didn't really want to have to do, but I'd rather be safe. We need to get these guys through somehow. We'll put the gatehouse there. They should be able to get in through that. Whether... Okay, they're going through there. Hopefully we won't have any issues with the rat's troops sneaking through a gap in the wall, which does sometimes happen. We'll get ourselves the 3rd quarry down. We'll actually put it further back, so then we can fit a 4th in there. So we can really increase the amount of stone production we're getting, which is wonderful. We will continue to get as much stone down as possible. Stone is just useful. Is 4 a bit overkill? Almost certainly. But that's not a I don't see that as being a huge problem in my eyes. We can get a farm up there, which we'll do. We may destroy that for a tower later on. I'll have to see if that's needed. I'm trying to see if there's anywhere else we can sneak a farm, which is not going to get solely in the way of everything else. I think we can put one here somewhere. Yeah, there. But I don't like the way that looks, so I'm not going to do it. Any place else we can put some farms down? Put one farm down here. Actually, we can put a couple of farms down. So we'll do that. Once a bit more wood has been delivered, there we go. Just get a little bit more food production wherever we can. Let's get our archers moving over here. And in terms of barracks, we need a few more recruits for that. But there should be, well, one's here. We're going to need to get another hovel down. Thankfully, hovels you can kind of just put in really random spots. And we'll get a few more villagers up and running. How's the popularity doing? Not great. We're gonna have to stop the taxing just for the time being. But I would like to get a couple of archers up and running. You're going to go up on the gatehouse as well. Gatehouse is just going to be useful to. Gatehouse will be useful just to have a bit more of a centralised place for when the rats attack. The rats troops attack, like now. Let's turn back around. I forget you can now use Q and E. I'm always so used to using the old controls for Stronghold. Okay, so we've got some archers and a few spearmen as before. I'm not sure if we're expecting anything stronger later on. Given we can't produce crossbows, I'm going to suggest we're not going to get anything too strong. But I'm not sure on that. So we're going to get a second Fletcher's Workshop down here. Just so we can start producing bows a lot quicker, I would say. I think these hunters are probably going to die, but the nice thing is they do actually attack. They actually attack the archers. Sadly, Hunter will go down. But they do actually attack the rats' troops because they have a bow, they have range. But I do feel sad because then the dog runs off without its master. It's always a little bit sad. And it kind of just disappears after a while. But we'll get some new hunters in. But they will also kill our cows, which is kind of mean of them. But I guess it makes sense. It kind of destroys food stocks. And hopefully our archers can start dealing with them soon. We need to start taxing again. Oh, not downright cruel taxes, I apologise. Didn't need to be that strong. I feel sorry for the cow farmer or the dairy farmer return to work and seeing all his cows dead.
Morning, your lordship.
Morning, your lordship. Okay, do we still have any more troops in the right? Okay, there's one retreating back there. That's okay. We should be doing pretty good on stone soon anyway, I would say. Okay, I think we can start a secondary stone wall like here. Thus, and that hopefully means starting some apple orchards down. It's a bit of an awkward location down on the valley floor, but if we can even get a couple, that'd be excellent. So they're gonna go to like there, so that should be okay. One there. Can we please? Oh, we can nearly sneak one in the corner. But not quite. And if I might be able to make this work. If I go as close as possible. There. There. Oh, come on. That's maddeningly unhelpful. That's really unhelpful. Just one spot. Okay. Can we put a cheese? Okay, we can put a dairy farm there. That's okay then. Looks a bit weird, but we'll put a dairy farm down there. And let's just hope we can get our wall past here. Oh, that's gonna annoy me. We're gonna have to get rid of that. We're gonna have to fix this wall up slightly. I've accidentally made, with that apple farm, I've made it one too far forward, as it were. Well, I made the farm one too far forward. I can't build the walls here now. So let's do this properly. You can go to there. My question is, how far forward can we build our gatehouse? Doesn't need to be a big gatehouse. It'll just be this. Okay, we can build the gatehouse there. That's not a problem. And then we'll get our walls brought in with that. And then we'll bring the walls over to the very end. And we can also get some crenellations down as well. Wonderful. Crenellations, of course, being good for extra protection. We'll move these archers down. I believe we can actually now set an archer assembly point, which is something you could never do in the original version, which is really cool. And it just means that they'll run straight over to that rally point as opposed to always going to the barracks, which I really like. I'm a great fan of that change. I also want to see if I can get a tower. Oh, I can get a tower down here. That's nice.
More stone is
But we'll need more stone for that. That's okay. We've got plenty of stone in production. We've got four horde quarries and 4 ox tethers. Shouldn't be a problem. One of my next, as soon as I get a bit more gold and a bit more stone, I'm going to start getting a chapel down. I'd actually like a couple of chapels because, in terms of popularity, we're going to have to actually stop taxes for the time being. Otherwise, our popularity is going to take a hit. We can use religion to get people to like us, but for that we need 25% of our population to be blessed, and only a priest can do that for obvious reasons. So we'll get a couple, probably quite a few churches down as soon as possible, and we can also use stuff like gardens to make people happier, but it does make them also more idle. So we've got to be a little bit careful. We can't be doing that too much. I don't mind 1 or 2, and I'm certainly going to get a dancing bear because it's an inherently cruel practice. But I will get myself a chapel. Chapel can be in a nice, idyllic location in the forest. That'll do. And we will probably get another one once we have the money to do so. Treasury is emptying. We don't have any more peasants, so let's get another hovel down somewhere over there. How bad is the army? Oh, there are now macemen. Okay, you need to get back inside the walls. I don't know what you're doing. Let's get a few more archers. Thankfully, they will go straight out to the tower as requested. And I do want to build a few more crenellations for the troops that are still here. So let's finish off the crenellations on this side. And then we'll start the crenellations over here. Can we get it all done? Looks like we can. Excellent. There's actually a few more bits of crenellations we can do here, which is going to be useful. How are we doing in terms of wood? Quite a bit, so we can actually lay some wood traps down in future. Let's get some more archers down. We have no more gold for the time being. Okay, we can put down some low taxes again. We're doing okay with food. That we should. Oh my goodness, we're doing really well with food actually. Let's get a second granary down. We may not need one. But it's good to get one down before you run out of space, and then you lose food supplies. So we'll do that. We're doing really well with our cheese supply. The macemen will do some work here, but the archers will deal with them if they break through. We can always replenish the walls. After that, I'm not all too worried. I don't particularly need spearmen, I don't think. They're just going to die. Spearmen are not the strongest troops, in all honesty. That's fine, we'll just be able to replace these walls here. It shouldn't be a huge issue. And they're going to start running now because they have been defeated. Excellent. Okay, let's get all this repaired. Get that repaired. Get this repaired, otherwise it looks really ugly. And there we go. Everyone's back on... well, we're all back on a full strength wall. Also, I always thought that was their hair, but I think it's actually one of those kind of leather coifs or leather things that they used to wear on their heads.
Yes. We are on our way.
Good. I would like to also build a tower, which I think I can do, because at the moment I don't need... Well, I can't build a chapel yet because I don't have anywhere near enough money. So for the time being, we're just going to get this started, if we can. We'll find a spot to get in the tower. There we go. That'll do the job. And then we're going to build a slightly strange set of stairs up.
Archers, ready.
That's going to give us a little bit of extra range. So I'm going to set my rally point over to here now. Make sure it is actually set on the tower. Yes, it is.
We await orders.
We'll go see if these chaps run to the right location. But having some archers up in this corner as well will be very, very useful. I can also get myself some killing pits. Only kind of a one-time use thing. We can't build it too close to the signpost. We can build a few over this side. Let's not waste all our wood. But having a few killing pits here and there, not going to be a bad thing. And they do tend to congregate over this side, I've noticed. And my archers are making it in. Wonderful. So we'll have some archers up there. And some archers on this gatehouse here. We can also get some archers up on that area as well. Food we're doing pretty well on. So I'm actually going to go to extra rations. And I'm going to go to worse taxes. We don't have that much apple production. And we can't really do much more apple production. We can go one right in the middle, but I'd like to have the space, to be honest. We could do that, I suppose. How much of the gatehouse does it block? If it doesn't block too much of the gatehouse, I'm not too opposed to it. I'd like to have the extra food production if I can. Is that weird? That's weird. I've got to make... I always feel like I've got to make Stronghold look good. If there's things blocking the gatehouse, I don't like it. So we just have to deal with that, I would say. We might be able to get another... cheese facility in here. No, it's too much of a hill. Is there anywhere else I can get a cheese facility? I say cheese facility. I mean a dairy farm. I have one dairy farm by the chapel. That's okay. By the way, how are we doing on religion? 17%, so not too far off actually. And I think we're probably ready to get a second chapel down. Which is going to be in industry. Where's it going to be? It's going to be in town buildings. Makes sense. I think we can fit a chapel down here. There we go. And that should just help with our popularity going forward. And that's kind of a permanent bonus unless everyone dies, and then of course we have to reconvert everyone. How are we doing in terms of bows? We can possibly even get ourselves a third Fletcher if we feel we need to. Although I don't know if we do need to. I will get myself one well in the centre here in case we have any issues with fire or anything like that. We can also decrease the popularity to make things more effective. Or I can get head on spikes, that sounds fun. Where do we put the head on spikes? Haha, we'll get a few heads on spikes just to scare them. We can also make the workers more efficient. Not sure we need to do that. I don't want to make them too idle. You can have one large pond near the chapel because it looks nice. There you go. One large pond near the chapel. And okay, we've got some good positive religious benefits now, and that's only going to keep increasing as time goes on. If I go to religion, okay, it's gone down because we're getting more people in, but it will come back and forth. Quite a big melee group here, but these archers up there are proving pretty useful.
The barbarians are approaching.
Yeah, I don't think we'll have too many issues with that. It looks like a lot of them, but by the time they actually get to the walls, a lot of them will be dead, and some of them will walk into the killing pits. Wonderful. It's good to have the killing traps every now and then. Also, these archers up here are very useful because they provide another angle to shoot at these troops here, whereas the archers on that gatehouse will struggle a bit with the angles. So I really don't mind that at all, to be honest. Let's get anything else. I can get some military engineers, but I don't have enough for. I can't build large towers. There's not really any point. Could build a big gatehouse. But I've still got plenty of space there, so it's not really an issue. How are we doing popularity-wise? Food and tax are balancing each other out, so that's okay. The extra rations are doing well. How are we doing in terms of deer? Are there still any deer on the map? Because if all the deer have run out, then there's no point getting more hunters. I guess there might still be a few deer running around somewhere. But in general, there's a few deer up there, but there's not much, so I'm not going to bother getting any more hunters' posts because they're going to run out. Any more places for another dairy farm that I've missed? We could put a dairy farm in the middle there, but again, just aesthetically I don't know the way it looks. I like having the gap. We can put one. I'll put a. That's fine. I'll put one there, one orchard there, because it still allows people to get through in a sensible manner from gatehouse to gatehouse. That's fine. So I guess it's a little bit of extra apple production, which I would actually prefer. I'd prefer that to cheese production purely because I think it will allow for better. It will allow for more food variety, importantly, and that is important. Go to the gatehouse. We've got plenty of wood, so we'll use it effectively if we can.
Can't place that there, my lord. Wood needed.
Wood needed. We've burnt all our wood, but that's okay. We'll get it back, I'm sure. How are we doing in terms of stone? We've got 70 stone, actually. We could probably sell that for a nice profit at the market. But we'll hold on to it for now. We may need it for repairs. In fact, let's get crenellations on these back walls, which I don't think I did earlier. And that will just make everything a little bit more fortified, which will be useful. Just in case we have to fall back to that secondary area. Could get a tower up here, but I'm not entirely sure there's a way to get up there. So we won't do that for the time being. Food stocks are dwindling indeed.
The people hold you in great esteem, my lord.
And religion is now back, which is good. I'm going to lower the taxes and just go back to full rations. We will slowly lose popularity, but that's okay. I'm willing to give them a little bit more in terms of amusements. We'll have another large pond somewhere. Tell you what, we'll put all the large ponds near the chapels. No, we can't, there's no space. So we'll put it. We'll put it near the castle.
The people hold you in great esteem, my lord.
And then we'll get ourselves a statue. A statue can go there, and a statue here. Is that enough to get you to like me? There we go. Positive fear factor, but it will make people a little bit more lazy. But it doesn't mean we can constantly tax people without any issue. I will get myself another chapel as well, purely because it's very useful to make people like me some more, and they can bless the cows and go over there, I would say. And I do like the updated graphics, and I love being able to zoom in because before you couldn't zoom in so close, I think. And it's nice to be able to see things in a little bit more detail. Hello there, Mr. Cow. Oh, you're called Churchill. Excellent. How much longer do we have to hold out? It's not that much longer. Okay, we should be okay.
The
rats troops are attacking. That's a sizable force. I don't know if they're ever going to come with any siege. Let's get some more bows up and running. Let's even get ourselves another Fletcher down. just because I think it'll be useful. We'll put this fletcher on this side here. In fact, we can probably go for 4 fletchers. Yeah, go for lots of fletchers. We've got the money. Means we can mass produce archers, which will be very, very useful. Okay, a significant force, definitely. They definitely outnumber us, but I'm hoping we have the height advantage and the defences and the traps to be able to deal with them. A few of them will die to spikes here. Wonderful. But they are kind of a one-time thing, which is the only downside to them. But in general, it means we can. In general, it means we can always just replace them at a later stage. That's all the archers dealt with. Now it's just the melee, which I don't think we'll have too many issues with. How are we doing in popularity now? People love us. We could increase the taxes. Don't think we need to for the time being. That's okay. I'm intrigued by our religion, though. How we're doing there. 42%. And we'll go up to +2 when we are a little bit higher up, as it were, in terms of our religious count. Okay, the macemen will do some work here against the tower, against the walls, but again, nothing too bad. I'm actually finding this mission easier than I did the initial mission, the first mission of the campaign. I guess we're going to have 1, maybe 2 major attacks left. So let's keep on producing as many archers as possible. We do need a few more recruits, so let's get that sorted. Another hovel. There's a lot of hovels over here, actually. It's because we've got a church nearby. I'm not sure there's many deer left for our hunters to go after. There's 1 or 2, but soon the hunters will become kind of not very useful for much. Will they, Tiddles? No, they won't. Okay, let's get some more peasants down. We'll get some more people in this tower, because I think that's a pretty good spot to have them. It gives them the extra range. How are we doing? We're doing okay. And I got my first achievement in Stronghold Definitive Edition. Make it through the winter. Store 1,000 food in a single game. Yeah, we're doing well on our food. Our cheese has been doing very well, in fact. And people, because we've got the positive fear factor and the religion, it means we can constantly do small taxes, which is useful. We could go for another church. Yeah, let's go for another church, why not? Just means that we're going to keep on upping our religion and our popularity. We've got 4 priests. We probably don't need more than that, because it also depends that when someone has been blessed, of course, they can't be blessed again. So our priests have to go and find the heathens among us, as it were. Cool. So let's... I don't know if we want to get another tower here. I think we will. We'll get a defensive turret somewhere. Can we get a defensive turret here, or am I too close to the signpost? We can get a tower there, though. Not that it's probably needed that much. But I'll set my rally point to that tower. And we'll get a few archers down in that part of the world as well. I think we've got enough archers on that secondary tower up there. This is going well. Surprisingly well. George Shortsword and Catherine Strange might getting married. Wonderful. And how are we doing in terms of arrows? Or bows, I should say. Of course, we can't buy weapons. Can buy some apples, though. I think we're doing okay in terms of food. We've got plenty of food. We could even go to double rations or half rations. So we'll go to half rations, and we will increase our taxes. In fact, we could actually increase our taxes even further than that, to be honest. There we go, high taxes. And then we're still okay in terms of popularity. And that'll just allow us to pump out those archers that little bit quicker. So that's not a bad thing in the slightest. Whether this will be the final fight or just the secondary fight before the final fight, I'm not entirely sure.
Your popularity is rising.
Popularity is rising. Guessing that's
The
due to
people love you,
additional
my lord.
food. Yes, it is. Religion, we shouldn't be too far off. Only another 6%. Not that I think it's going to matter much now, but it's still useful to have got done, and it's worth remembering for future campaigns. Plenty of stone which we could sell should they need a rise. I'm just going to turn back to the camera angle I was at. It just allows me to see things a little bit better. I'm surprised you're still finding deers to stalk, to be honest. Because there's only, I think there's 2 deer left. I think we managed to eradicate the entire deer populace here, but that's okay. I would say the Anvil is working pretty effectively in getting people, and getting us safe, as it were, from the rats' attacks. Okay, weapons needed. I mean, we've got plenty of archers for the time being. I don't think we'll have a huge issue. And we've got crenellations up on the wall as well, which is also useful. The Lord, you're going back home, please. I think we're about to be attacked. I don't want you to be caught out of position and killed. That would be unfortunate, to say the least. Food we're still doing pretty okay on. How much wood have we got? We probably have quite a bit of wood. We can probably go for some more killing pits. Not that all of them will be used, but I don't mind having some. I don't mind having some additional killing pits out and about. Just because I believe if you fall, regardless of the unit, if they fall in a killing pit, they're pretty much dead. I'm not sure so sure about the knights, but certainly the kind of spearmen, the macemen, the archers. It works pretty well in that regard. That child is going to be stuck out of position if he's not careful. Carl Pritchard, you're playing Pat a Cake. Go play Pat a Cake back inside the walls, please. Because we're about to have the final fight. We'll set our rally point to this tower.
Frightened? The glorious forces of the Puce will brush you aside, as I would brush a fly from my arm.
I'm not sure about that, Puce. I'm not sure about that in the slightest, but we'll have to see. We may or may not. In fact, that's the first thing he said to me in the entire campaign. I do believe that I think that they have just reused some of the original voice acting. It's a shame that there's not some more bits in between the missions with the characters. But I guess they're so distinctive, the voices, and they may not have been able to get the original voice actors back. So I do understand, but it would be nice to see some new lines from the rat and the snake eventually when we meet him. And probably fairly soon we will see the forces of the rat, or Duke de Puce. You, good sir, you're going to have to be careful. Peter Mopplehead with a wonderful name, you're going to struggle. That's a significant force. But I don't see any siege in there. Don't kill the child. Run, child, run back home. Peter Mopplehead, I don't think... No, Peter Mopplehead is not going to make it. But the child did run inside, having been skewered by several arrows. He seems to be okay. This is why I didn't really focus on spearmen, because I think they would just die, but the archers will do a lot better. Don't know why there's no archers up here. So we've got some of the archers up there. They will now charge forward, but I think we should be okay. But I shouldn't underestimate the amount of forces that are here. Is Alf Rotherbeast going to do some good work here? He is, yes. Well done, Alf, you've done some good work there. And the Maceman has just killed the dog and the hunter. So that Maceman needs to die with an immediate effect, please. Okay, this is a significant force. They're attacking in waves, so we should be okay. The spearmen should go down pretty quickly. We have enough archers. It's the macemen I'm mostly worried about, but not many people are actually getting to the walls itself, so that's not a bad thing. Even though macemen are tough, we have enough archers to be able to deal with them, hopefully. Not many of them will make it to the wall, and the ones that do should be cut down fairly quickly. Okay, wonderful. You're dealt with. And now we have the Maceman wave at the back. who I think we should be okay to deal with. Let's get a few more archers. Just because we can, really. And even though there's quite a few of these mason, I don't think they'll manage to take us out. Especially with the amount of traps there. I think they'll struggle to get through. They'll do some damage to the walls, but I don't think they'll do any permanent issues. And I don't think we lost a single troop this entire battle, which is excellent, actually. Enemy are vanquished, wonderful. Let's see if we can get out those last 2 macemen before they manage to run away and tell the rat what's happened. It looks like they're going to get away with it. Oh, taking out one of them. Can we take out the other one? Not quite, no. He's going to live for another day.
The rat's besiegers are starting to throw down their weapons. It's over. The plan worked.
Plan worked, absolutely. All thanks to our massive cheese factory.
My stupid troops won't. They didn't follow my foolproof plan.
What foolproof plan? You didn't have one.
We are victorious, sire.
Oh, okay, we lost 2% of our troops. So score 14,800. Pretty nice indeed. Mission 3, lying low.
The rat was said to be furious and dispatched overwhelming reinforcements to retake the valley and bottle it up again. The captain was only briefly congratulated on his success before we were sent on our way once more. Heading deep into the rat's newly conquered territories, we dodged his patrols for a week before stumbling on a small village deep in the bandit-infested plains to the east. They welcomed us with open arms.
Okay, so here we need to acquire 120 pitch, 70 cheese, 62 stone and 10 iron before we run out of time. I'm guessing the rat's troops will come and attack us every now and then. We'll have to see. All that to come next time. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye bye.